What pot stocks are in your wallet in 2020? Welcome to Framework Fortune. I'm your host, Ben, and this is my top 5 list of cannabis stocks for 2020. If you're new to the stock market or day trading, anything like that, be sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you for joining me once again. So, cannabis has took a beating in 2019, just terrible downtrends all over the place, all kinds of problems in Canada, states not legalizing as fast as people thought. It has just been one thing after another, and it's caused a lot of stocks to drop. A lot of investors have pulled their money out of the pot sector, and to me, this is a great buying opportunity. Go ahead, pull all your money out of it, crash all these stocks. That sounds great. I'm all for it. Everybody else who's like me, who believes and knows that cannabis is going to continue to grow, states are going to continue to legalize, countries are going to continue to legalize. We're still on the ground floor of something huge. This is a brand new sector. Of course, there is going to be hiccups, but that doesn't mean that it's the end already. Not at all. In fact, this is still the beginning, and there is going to be companies now that you can buy into that will continue to grow into the future. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Number 5 on the list, Aurora Cannabis. And before you start throwing sticks and stones at me, just hear me out. So this company has been beat through social media, drugged through the dirt with press releases and news. Canada stocks have all been getting beat. Aurora, though, has really took the brunt end of it. There's people out there saying that it's the end of Aurora, that this stock is going down to zero, and I highly doubt it. If anything, it's became a great buying opportunity in the midst of all this panic selling. So Aurora is one of those top 3 big dogs in Canada. Abbvie, Canopy Growth, and Aurora, they have been the top 3 dogs for the past few years. All 3 have went on pretty nice runs. Aurora was all the way up at $12.50. Now it's down to $2. Aurora has set themselves up globally in the cannabis sector. So they have other facilities that are not in Canada but in other countries that could start making them revenue this year. Along with that, there's been rumor that they are in discussions with Coca-Cola about some THC-infused beverages. Now, while it's only rumor, if there's any truth to this and something was to come out that they are actually partnering with Coca-Cola, that could be very big. Now, besides the rumors, I don't think this stock will ever go to zero. Like I said, they have so many facilities globally. They could also sell some of those facilities if they really needed the money to stay afloat. I don't think it's the nail in the coffin yet for Aurora. There's still a lot that they can do to turn things around. If anything, I think this is a great time to start looking to get into this company at these low, cheap prices. They're not bankrupt yet. They're not selling anything yet as far as properties or facilities to try to get money. They've got the Cannabis 2.0 rolling out with the edibles and stuff in Canada. I think it's too early to jump off this train, and if you haven't invested yet, this may be a good one to take a look at. Number 4 on the list, Cresco Labs. This is a US-based company that has flown under the radar for many pot investors, but Cresco Labs has been slowly setting themselves up nicely to be a big front runner in the US market. They just opened 5 dispensaries in Illinois and Chicago, amongst Illinois making it recreational legal this past year, and sales are to start in January. So from the excitement I've seen on the news, because I live in Wisconsin, I live near Illinois, there's been all kinds of excitement and news on the local channels about this legalization, and it looks like they might be able to start turning some very good sales in Illinois. But not only Illinois, they have other states that they're set up in. So the company's pretty low right now at 686. They've got a float of about 100 million, so still plenty of room to improve and grow as a company, and I think they will continue on with this. On top of that, as long as they're making money, when it's finally recreational legalized in America, you could see this company jump out front because they've already positioned themselves. It's definitely one you want to check out. Number 3 on the list, Abbvie. And this company is not your traditional pot stock company. They don't have dispensaries or growing facilities or anything like that as of now that I'm aware of. They are actually a pharmaceutical company that's been around for a long time. They have several different drugs that are for sale on the market, but one drug in particular they have has a synthetic THC in the base of it. This drug is being used to help people who are going through chemotherapy and things like that. So if they see some value in cannabis, which they already have apparently, they're probably doing some testing and stuff like that. There could be other cannabis-based drugs that comes out of this company. Now, what makes this a solid pick is they pay a dividend. It is basically the only pot stock as of now that pays a dividend. So if you're looking for that, this is the company for you. It is higher priced, around $88 right now, but it's one of those companies that you're not risking a whole lot by investing in because they're pretty much already established, and any type of cannabis interactions they may have would just be icing on the cake. Number 2 on the list, IIPR. And this is actually not a stock, this is a REIT. If you don't know what a REIT is, it's a real estate investment trust. But basically they go out and they buy properties, facilities that can make money and just continually expand as a company. But the big thing about it is this REIT in particular is actually helping a lot of the cannabis companies with financing. And the way they are doing that is they are going in and buying the properties or facilities from these companies, which gives those companies some cash to work with. But in turn, the REIT is turning around and renting those properties that they just bought from the companies back to them, so that way those companies can have cash and they still get to keep their facilities that they're growing in. Now, they don't own the facilities, they're just renting them out, but still it's a nice alternative until banks come around and are able to legally help these companies out. This being said, I believe with all the problems that has been going on in Canada and the US the past year, I think that IIPR will actually come across quite a bit of good deals in the cannabis sector and really continue to grow. Another good thing about this is they pay out a nice dividend. And if you take a look, the last dividend they paid out on December 30th was $1. And if you go all the way back through these dividends, the dividend has continually crept up. You can see 15 cents, 15 cents, 25 cents, 25, 35, 35, 78, and now $1. So this company has a lot of potential, and if the dividend keeps climbing, it's going to make it a very nice investment for cannabis investors to get into, and it's pretty safe because they're not actually selling any products that you have to worry about being successful. They only deal in real estate, and real estate is not going anywhere. So this is a great company to invest in if you want something stable with a continual dividend in your portfolio that is in the cannabis sector. Number 1 on the list, Planet 13, ticker symbol PLNHF. And this company is an OTC stock right now, but I do believe in the future, sooner rather than later, they are going to uplist. They've been very open about their operations, about the money they're making, about how they're taking that money and reinvesting it. So I don't think it's far off for them to get out of the OTC world. On top of that, they're making millions every quarter off of their one dispensary. Now, if you know nothing about Planet 13, they claim to have the world's largest dispensary. This dispensary is located right off the Las Vegas Strip, and this is where it gets interesting. If you have any background in business or social media, then you know branding is everything. And Planet 13, so far in its early stages, has branded themselves into a tourist landmark attraction that if you're in the cannabis culture or interested in the cannabis culture, you have to visit if you are in Las Vegas. It's a must. It's a tourist landmark attraction. Now, they've added a pizzeria and a coffee shop, so if they add lodging and a pool and a spa, now you have the first cannabis resort. Now, while nothing official has been stated that they want to become an actual resort, you can kind of put the pieces together and it makes sense that that might be what they're going for. This could be the first sandals of weed. That's right, the sandals of weed. They've already stated that they want to expand to other tourist areas as states become legal. If you turn the Las Vegas location into a full-fledged resort, then you can start putting those resorts in other major tourist areas like Miami, maybe New York, maybe even out of the country. They could expand on a global level. So overall, Planet 13 is my #1 pot stock pick and my favorite stock. They have so much opportunity for growth. They have great branding. They are making plenty of money. The stock has not got destroyed, and they've been very open about everything they are doing. So a company like this, you might want to check out to throw in your portfolio if you're thinking about investing in cannabis. So if your favorite stock was not on my list, throw it in the comments below and let me know why you think it deserves to be there. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and smash that notification bell. I'm your host, Ben. You've been watching Framework Fortune.